Hello, everyone. My name is Srish. I work as a business development executive for Zoho Creator, where I get opportunity to work with partners who help us expand creators' presence worldwide. I would like to welcome you all to this live session where we will talk about how low-code technology can help enterprises to digitally transform the process rapidly at low costs compared to traditional development platforms. The first speaker of today's session is Omar Khamam. He is the CEO of one of our partners in Malaysia, TECHNOSET. He is a business strategist with a keen interest in cloud, artificial intelligence, and IoT solutions. Omar is certified by IT Services Management. He has participated in large-scale projects at oil and gas companies. With his experience, he brings a deep understanding of project management and the skills to implement technology solutions at scale in large organizations. Then we will hear from one of Zoho's marquee customers, Mr. Gilbert, who is the managing director of the Malaysia branch for MELCHERS GmbH and Co. MELCHERS is a diversified engineering and trading company. It was founded in Germany in 1806. So over to you, Omar.
Thank you, Sharif. We are excited today to be a part of this webinar. We have over 6 years of experience as a Zoho partner, specializing in Zoho Creator and other Zoho applications. So today we'll talk about how the low-code helped the enterprise company on Zoho platform. Zoho is a low-code application development platform that allows us to create web and mobile application designed for businesses. It's an easy to use and secure environment for building application from the ground up. In addition, Zoho Creator provides you with integration automation capability out of the box or by connecting you to advanced technology like artificial intelligence and other workflow automation. Here we want to talk about the things every business should know about app development and automation. Low-code allow multiple technology to work together to solve complex business problem. Low-code makes it simple to connect software silos together that do not normally communicate well with each other, as well as in the integration of front, middle, and back office functions to provide a better customer and employee experience. Also, low-code doesn't mean low skill. Implementing the low-code application at the enterprise level, solving business problems through the development of useful and flexible and reliable applications. Zoho Creator as a low-code platform enables us to create applications that automate the workflows and also integrated with other systems. It also enhances the capability of existing systems. The most important metric in low-code is time to value. Low-code projects to be complete. Low-code allow projects actually to be completed quickly, sometime in just a few weeks. As a more business discover when skilled developer use low-code, complex project can be completed quickly and efficiently. Here we say the conclusions. Using low-code organization digital strategy are already being completely transformed and unified, and their operation capabilities are become more agile. TECHNOSET provide a solution on Zoho Creator for many industry like oil and gas and insurance companies and manufacturing and engineering and quality management, recruitment, government, logistic, education, and trading as well. Here, actually, we use an agile method for our development cycle. The team goes through each process step by step, analyzing, designing, developing, and testing it in turn. TECHNOSET, as we mentioned, provides solution for many industry. Here we talk about some application or some system solutions that we provide to our customer. Here we have a oil and gas inspection services system, logistic and freight management, HR and QHSE system, insurance subscription, calibration system, professional meeting management, emotional evaluation analytics system, custom ERP and CRM recruitment system, also customer credit applications portal. I would like Mr. Gilbert to tell us how the custom solution in Zoho Creator helped MELCHERS business.
Thank you, Omar. Hello, everyone. So the onset that where we came in was to look into systems that would automate our very manual processes. So the boxes that Omar had earlier showed that were in blue were strategically those were our MELCHERS systems that he actually developed, TECHNOSET actually developed for us. These were for us very, very manual systems, whether it be manual reporting of meetings and what was done, what to-do actions had to be done. Customer credit application forms were manual, filling out forms by the customer, waiting until they get sent back. And also the calibration system initially was a very, very manual process because the auditors here in Malaysia relied on manual systems. And it was up to us to come in with forms and methods to automate everything so human errors get thrown out the window. And at the same time, we actually automate and are able to track processes much more accurately with various different validation processes.
So Gilbert, if you want also to tell us about more that we achieve on this calibration system, like we want to highlight about the quality standard, how here also I think that's the system help more to implement these standards.
Yep. So the calibration system that we implemented was for a calibration lab, which is a ISO 17025 calibration lab. So ISO 17025 has as a part component ISO 9000 quality assurance in it as well, which means that everything needs to be documented. I myself am not a calibration expert, however my staff are, and to them it is extremely a large and heavy meticulous task to actually be able to gather all the information, keep track of the information, be able to refer back to information, have impartiality in the information where certain people can look at certain files, other people can't look at certain files, and be able to convince our auditors who come in and audit us once a year, and our auditors here in Malaysia for the 17025 is actually the government authority. We don't rely on third parties. We only get certified by the government authority, meant that we had to really adhere to very, very strict processes. And that quality assurance we finally decided could only be given to us, and we only had that quality assurance if we actually went into a fully automated process, which meant that we would then not have a case of staff going through documents that they are not supposed to, and being able to show to auditors that everything is very well segregated between the technical team and also the administrative team, so that there is no conflict of interest, and that there is impartiality between the documentation. Another thing that we also implemented was that we had to prove to the outside world that whatever equipment was calibrated would end up could be checked out in the field. And here we are talking about oil and gas equipment. It could be checked out in the field by inspectors, oil and gas inspectors, for the validity of the calibration. And for that, TECHNOSET actually came up with a very, very interesting QR code system, which I believe Omar will also be showing to you later, which you can test out yourself too, which allowed then in-field inspectors to be able to scan the equipment, scan the QR code, and validate that the calibration is still valid. And if not, that on in-field, the inspector would then be able to reject any data that came out of the equipment. What this also allowed us, because the reason why we did all of this process together with Zoho was because it tied in together with every single other system that we have in place. So we have other divisions that actually also sell equipment. So not only do we start with Zoho in the quotation phase, in the CRM gathering phase, where we gathered the customer data, we were able to then offer the equipment for sale. The equipment then goes on sale. An invoice is generated, where the invoice then has the serial number of the equipment. The serial number of the equipment then gets gathered by a separate division, which is the calibration division. It has a serial number on it. It goes out with its initial calibration certificate, and that system then reverse tracks again and, for example, prompts the customer and lets the customer know when the equipment is due for calibration. And very quickly, the admin team, again, then had access to the data immediately on hand through the CRM, who to call, what the address was, what the email addresses were, and so on. So for that, this component of the calibration system tied in together with the complete Zoho One suite that we also operate on.
Thank you, Gilbert, for this really amazing, valuable information. So here I want to also continue how this calibration system help the company to track equipment calibration history, and how also automate the recalibration reminder. That's also being also accelerate to get the calibration result. Let us move on how we starting any development with starting with business analysis based on the requirement, and we design the cycle, like here the calibration system job cycle, starting from new work order, then assigning the job to calibrator on open stage, then how we go with a simple cycle in this application under calibration, then repairing. Also, this will be moved on to another rule, like in review, will go to the quality control department to make to review this process and the data of the calibration. Once the equipment are delivered to the customer, the process will be closed. Here, as Mr. Gilbert mentioned here, how the validation on the calibration certification, Zoho Creator help us to produce the sticker of equipment or calibration label, you can call, with the QR code. Then let me show you a quick video how the inspector
Omar, sorry, I'll just jump in for a moment. Can you jump back one slide, Omar? Because I mean, if anybody is on their laptop and has their mobile phone free, I gave this a try early on, and even though this is slightly skewed, you can just open up your camera and just give it a try and scan. For those who are online, if you would like to, try and scan this QR code, and it will then take you to a page. In this case, it's a test page, but it will actually take you to the page where normally a customer would be able to see what the validity is of their calibrated equipment. And this in turn links up with the complete Zoho system. Sorry, Omar.
Okay. So if you want to, if anyone want to have tried to scan the QR code to see the result of this, how the data from Zoho Creator will be displayed in the website of MELCHERS.
I think you have a sample later on in the video.
I will show you the sample here, the sample of calibration, certification, validation that will be on the site. The quality engineer can scan the QR code, then automatically redirect to the data that's come from Zoho Creator, will display it on the website directly. If the certificate valid or if the certificate not valid, will give the status and the due date of calibration, all required information regarding this equipment. We finished talking about calibration. Now we will talk about the customer credit application. There's another application help to track and control customer credit approval process. So this application is starting, the process starting from Zoho CRM, from customer record on Zoho CRM. The salesperson will start the process from button inside the customer record to create an record in Zoho Creator application and sending email URL to the customer through once they submit this record. So customer will receive an email to fill the form and upload the required documentations. Once the customer fills the form, will receive another email with a PDF copy. Customer will also sign this copy and upload on the system without any login credential. Now the sales team will review this information and submit to finance team to verify. Finance team, after verify, the record will go to the management for approval. So once the management approve, the system will updating the data in Zoho CRM and Zoho Books, and automatically send the credit term approval letter to the customer. Here we want to say how Zoho also Creator help us to have an amazing data analytics on this. Here, if I would like Gilbert, if you want to add anything about this process.
Yeah, thanks, Omar. The implementation of the, I would say, automated credit application form was something that finally saved us a lot of time and also made things a lot simpler on the customer side. What happened when we had manual forms was that you would have customers who would fill in 50% of the information, The other 50% they forgot, were too lazy to go and find out, too busy to go and find out, and then they would send back to us unsubmitted forms that we had to go and chase them up again on refilling the forms and so on. With this automated system where the forms and the fields are filled out online, there are compulsory fields that they had to fill out, and without that they were just simply not able to submit them back. So this saved us a lot of ups and downs between sales staff and finance departments of customers, and at the same time it also we were able to at any given time track exactly at what status the application was, whether it was still stuck with the customer, whether it was with our sales staff for review, whether it was with the finance managers or with myself for the approval process. So with that, we knew exactly where it was. With the manual system, it's as it always is. Oh, I sent it to you. Did you get it? No, I didn't get it. Where is it? Who has it? Oh, I think I gave it to the other person. Oh, I should not, and so on and so forth. So with this, we're able to track it at any given time. The advantage we have with this system as well, and that's something that was not touched on, is that if we decide to review the credit terms of any of our customer at any given time, and we say, for example, we've given them 30 days, 100,000 ringgit, and they've not been paying on time, and we will now no longer accept or give them any further terms, and it's now prepayment. If we edit that, the customer immediately receives an edited version of that letter. So no one can say, well, I did not know, and the system is fully in place to actually really just simply follow up with whatever changes happens. If we decide to grant someone 200,000 ringgit instead of 100,000 ringgit 6 months later, they will get a notification that we have changed it to 200,000 ringgit. So the system really is for us, saves a lot of time, saves the time on the sales staff of, we want them to focus on sales and not to be running after the paper trail.
Thank you, Gilbert. Now we want to show you a solution TECHNOSET built on Zoho Creator. This is called Professional Meeting Management to manage and analyze boards, operations, quality, and sales meeting.
Are your meetings time-consuming and costly? And they have no meeting agenda, and when they're over have no meeting decisions or action plans been made? MeetingACT is the professional meeting management system that will standardize your meeting process. With MeetingACT, your meetings more effective and attendees more focused on getting things done. Simply import or generate an agenda and invite your colleagues and guests. Capture minutes, assign tasks during your meetings and turn discussions into action plans. MeetingACT will email the final meeting minutes and individual action reminders to each person in the meeting, and you can use meeting analytics to provide transparency and optimization advice. Integrated with Zoho CRM customers and contacts. Now you can transform your meeting content into valuable knowledge assets, storing them all finally in one place so you can make more data-driven decisions that boost your organization forward. With MeetingACT, take your meetings to the next level.
Now I want to show you how Zoho Creator help us to design and develop any business solution with a friendly user interface. Okay, this MeetingACT, here I want to highlight about something, how the user interface designed here to help user to manage his meetings in one page. He no need to jump to a lot of details, to a lot of pages to check the related data. Another things here in Zoho Creator have help us to have a dynamic action based on the stage or based on organizer. If you see here, I'm not the organizer, then I can't edit this meeting. But here I can edit, here I can edit. Also, this is dynamic actions on the record help to secure and make the workflow going smoothly. So let's go to the details of this meeting. Here we see in one page, in one page we combine all details, all records related to these meetings, like agenda, like notes, and the attachment as well. Also, the task related to this meeting. In one page we can go to the agenda tab. We can see the agenda the agenda of this meeting. Inside this agenda, the team, the host can add agenda in quick way. Easily can import the agenda from pre-made agenda, or only can edit and submit and select the presenter. Once select the presenter also before we start a meeting, the presenter can help the hoster to and cooperate with the hoster to update his agenda. Also here we see in the same page, once the meeting started, we can all the users or the users can take a minute, cooperate on to take a minute. So the minutes can take during the meetings, and automatically can select the attendee who mentioned this minutes. So here I want to show you another things. We click on the agenda, also we can have summary of the agenda and the related minutes. Also, how Zoho Creator help us here to manage and combine data based on meeting series. We category also the meeting based on the series. In task page, we see that the task related to this meeting. But let's assume we have a task related to this meeting series doesn't complete. In one click here in series task, we can have a look. The host or the management through the meeting, they can go and check the all task related to the meeting series. That help them to close the overdue task or non-completed task related to this meeting series. This for how the useful, the friendly user interface really Zoho Creator help us to build inside this solution. Let's go to show you a meeting dashboard analytics. I want to show you the analytics sections, how Zoho Creator help us to have amazing analytics inside this application. We have here like metrics on the meeting series and hoster. Then also here we have a statistics on attendee. Let's assume that we see also how many attendee count, and now also the duration that this finance group attend or management attends. Also as well, we can measure also, we can have the cost. We can measure the cost. We can have how much the cost is of this department or management. Also inside the meetings, we can this system help us to give us the cost of the meeting as well. We can have analytics on the task, like task based on the owner, based on the meeting series, project, or period as well. Also here we have a matrix overdue task. We can have analytics on which attendee or which owner of the task not completed the task, also how also the average overdue days as well. Also here we have a statistics based on the owner and the group of departments. Also we can have statistics. So here I want to tell you every Zoho Creator account can go to Zoho Marketplace and install this application and have a trial to check and practice how they can manage their meeting, even board meeting and sales meeting or operations meeting. Also, we have a sections here as a tutorial, video tutorials they can go through before starting start work on this solution. Here, lastly, I want to show you something really fantastic. We call this real fantastic record template that's built on EmoWave applications for premium customer is Dixon Lab company. I want to show you on the live applications with the test record. See here, I will show you firstly. I will show you how the data updated in the form. This is the data of the record. You see how the data here inside the record. We'll go back to generate the PDF from this record. Now Zoho Creator generating the PDF of the record. I will open. You see how Zoho Creator help us to build amazing report. This data coming from Zoho Creator record. Here, I want to show you something like magic. You see this product name is under English. It's English language. We will edit the record. I will change the product to be in Chinese language. Just I changed the product. Now we see here the custom action is changed also dynamically. I click here to generate this PDF also for this same client but different language, in Chinese language. Zoho Creator help us with amazing database structure can build on Zoho Creator, help us to achieve this report with 2 language or 3 language, whatever the requirements can be done. Hope you enjoy with this webinar.